Good morning, everybody, and welcome to the Investor Real Estate Podcast. You're here with me, and I came across this very interesting article today, pretty much saying 15 secrets real estate agents won't tell you. Now, I just wanted to go through this and see if these are things I personally wouldn't tell my clients working as a realtor in the GTA region here in Canada. And I always find these articles a little funny just because they're usually things that everybody kind of knows, and I've never met a realtor that doesn't tell all the info. So let's go through this and see what we can find here. Okay, so first one, look beyond the staging. Okay, this is a pretty obvious one. We always do tell our clients that a lot of times staging does hide a lot of either imperfections or abnormities in the actual house. Sometimes carpets cover stains, mirrors and picture frames cover holes in the wall, um, stuff like that. So it is always good to be weary of the staging, especially if it's an older house where you think they're trying to mask stuff. Another thing people like to do here in Canada is load the house with air fresheners. If you walk into a house and all you smell is hardcore air fresheners, that's a bad sign. A lot of times they're masking either water damage, mold, some kind of scent that's been locked into the house. So be wary of stuff like that. All right, next. Some staging is virtual. Yeah, a lot of times you'll see on the MLS listing two pictures, and legally you have to show and tell them in the listing if these are staged, virtually staged pictures. So you'll see the empty room, and then the next picture you'll see the staged room. So a lot of times realtors do virtual staging. It's a little bit cheaper. It's a little bit easier to maintain and manipulate the photos to meet what you want to show. But remember, those are just like picture in picture and imposed images on an empty room. So sometimes it looks a lot better than it could possibly look in real life if you were to put those exact furnitures, for like chairs, couches, tables, all that. Virtually, it looks a lot better. So be wary of that too. As is may not be cheaper after all. Yes, 100%. A lot of times realtors will put as is in a listing because they do not want to guarantee anything. They don't want to be liable for anything. They know that there are some problems with the house that they do not want to be responsible in any way for or guarantee. So they'll put as is in the listing, and anytime another agent submits an offer with any kind of guarantees or inspections or just stuff like we want the appliances in working order, they will cross it out and just say, nope, it is what it is. Whatever you see is what you get. We don't guarantee anything. We don't know anything. It's kind of like a get out of jail free card for the agent if they're selling a house as is. And it does work in certain markets. The last couple of years, a lot of houses were sold as is, where is, no inspection, no mortgage clause, no finance clause, no insurance clause, nothing. Just come in, buy it cash, and if you don't, there's 20 other people that are looking to do the exact same thing. So yes, be wary of the as is, and it's not always cheaper. There's an ad. Sellers tend to overestimate the value of a home, 100%. You will never, or almost never, let's say 99.9% of the time, you will never hear a seller say, "Well, I'll just take what I could get. The best, whatever the first offer is, we'll just take it. I don't, whatever. We'll just price it to sell quick. We don't care." It's very rare that happens. Most sellers will go through, most of the time, will go through the whole selling process, bring up all the comparables, every compare, contrast with every different house that's sold, and we'll give them a price. And usually they want to go just a little bit higher than that price. And I get it. They want to go a little higher because they know that they're probably going to be negotiated a little bit down. So they think, okay, well, I'll list it a little higher than what it's worth, and then we'll just negotiate down a little bit, and hopefully we'll meet at exactly where the market says it's worth. Um, I get that strategy. The problem is sometimes it could work out of your favor when you scare away potential customers, or you might come across a little bit unreasonable. Because at the end of the day, every realtor has the same access to all the same information you had when deciding on your list price. So if they see a house that's worth 1 million and you've listed it for 1.1, they might think, okay, this person is trying to get a little bit more. Let's just offer a little bit less than 1 million. And again, this depends on what kind of market we're in, buyer's market, seller's market, right? So, yeah, sellers usually do tend to overestimate the value of their house, right? Remember to think long term. Yeah, in anything we do in life, it's always good to think long term. How long do you want to live here? How many rentals you want to do? Is your mortgage open or closed? Is it a 3 year term? Is it a 5 year term? Are you planning to have more kids? Are you planning to downsize? Yes, it's always good. And we do discuss this with our clients all the time. What is your future plan for buying this house? You want to renovate it? Are you going to live here for how many years? Is this a rental? So on and so forth. So, yeah, so far, all these things are pretty common questions we ask our clients. So, let's see. Choose your realtor care. Yes, that's a big one. We always say to choose your realtor carefully because a lot of times, uh, one big one big thing we see a lot is clients or just friends, family, anybody we come across just say, yeah, we just use the listing agent. Yeah, we just, it doesn't matter to us. It's just the paperwork, right? And the answer is no, not really. Your agent has a lot of duties and responsibilities, especially if he's working for you. And a lot of times when you just use the listing agent, their fiduciary duties are 100% for the seller. So if they're working on your best, if they're working for you and them, just, and this should be explained, we always do, should be explained, hey, look, their number one duty is to the seller. For you, they're just telling you what you want to hear and they're filling out the paperwork. The best thing to always do is to have two separate agents working for you. Seller has their agent, buyer has their own agent. Your agent as the like you as the buying agent, your job is to negotiate as best as possible for your clients. And you don't care what the seller gets, you don't care about the seller agent. Your job is for your clients. You are negotiating, you are putting in clauses that help out your clients, you are making sure they're not getting screwed over in any way. So it's very important to choose a realtor that is working for you, right? Don't just use any realtor you find. Yeah, whatever. This guy just called. No, vet him. Ask him questions. See if there's little things you could see if they're working for you. Are they rushing you through houses? Are they not wanting to book multiple properties? Are they just telling you to buy the first one you see? Like, it's very important to really go through and know who you're using as a realtor. Very important. Yes. Yeah, 99.9% of the time, the realtor is paid by the seller. The seller's agent and the sellers do negotiate the commission, and usually here in Canada, it's about 5% total. So if you're selling your house, you are going to be paying 5% total commission. 2.5% it usually goes to the selling agent when he sells, and 2.5% is usually offered to any buying agent that comes and views your property. So 2.5 is 5% total, and buying agents get paid from that sale from the seller. Now, sometimes there are cases where the sellers only offer, let's say, 1% or 1.5% to the buying agent. And if that buying agent has a buyer representation agreement with their clients, that say that no matter what that client owes 2.5%, then sometimes they are responsible for that difference. But a lot of times, even us, I mean, we would never not show a property to our clients because they're not offering whatever the standard commission you think you're entitled to. At the end of the day, when you're a buyer's agent, your main job is to help out your clients, right? If they're only offering 2.2% or 1.5, but this is your client's dream house, never let that get in the way of your sale. And if you have an agent that lets that get in the way, That's when you should start asking a couple questions and realizing are his or her intentions pure? Are they looking to help you out? Are they working for you? Or are they just looking to cash in a check? So so yeah, there's a couple things you got to be weary when you're picking an agent, and yeah, most of the time the seller does pay the commission. Get pre Yes, get pre-approved before house hunting. That's a big one. I can't tell you how many times we were told going out to showings and stuff like that with people that were not pre-approved yet. They said they were. They said they knew how much they could pay, and when it came down to putting in an offer and getting it reviewed by their mortgage broker or their bank, they found out that actually they were approved for a lot less than what they thought they were. So a lot of times, just make sure your clients actually go get approved before showing them. It's very important to know what budget you can. There's no point in looking for houses in the millions when you can only afford 700,000. It's a waste of time for both of you. It's a waste of time for the seller's agent, everybody involved, even your banker and your broker. It's something where it's like, why are you looking at these places when you clearly can't afford it? So yes, please get pre-approved before looking. Um, you don't just need a realtor, you need a lawyer. Yes, in Canada here, every transaction must be done through a lawyer. It's a large value money transfer is basically how you exchange the full price of the house, whether some of it's mortgage or not, or all cash. The lawyer has to deal with all this stuff, exchanging of keys. Yes, it's 100% you need a lawyer in a real estate transaction. Commissions are negotiable sometimes. Yeah, sometimes they are. Sometimes if there's a time where you're off by a couple $1,000 and either the selling agent or the buying agent cutting the commission can get the deal done in dire straits. It's on a client by client basis. Sometimes a client is hard up for cash, or their approval is a certain amount, but this house is the only one available. They need to move. There's a timeline. You got to get the deal done. Sometimes you can negotiate commissions. Like we always say, our job is not to negotiate our commission. Our job is to negotiate the price you get for the house. So if we could save you more money through our negotiating skills on the house than you would through commission, then that is number one. Um, but yes, in dire straits, you can negotiate commission. It is possible. Realtors may have a conflict of interest. Yeah, like I was saying earlier, when you are using the seller's agent when you're buying, that is, he must disclose, especially here in Canada, that it's multiple representation. So he is responsible to tell you, hey, look, I will fill out the paperwork. I will submit this offer on your behalf. But hey, look, just to let you know, we are working for the sellers 100%. We are looking out for their best interests. We have fiduciary duties to the seller. So just so you know, it is a conflict of interest. So yeah, just be wary of that. You didn't have to hire a realtor. No, you don't have to hire a realtor. The reason you hire the realtor is for their expertise. They know the market. They look at it every single day. They have experience in this. Chances are most people buy and sell a house maybe what, three, four times in their lifetime. Some people once. Um, so using somebody who's been dealing with this and working in it and knows what they're doing day in and day out is always an advantage. The money you save on commission going private sale, you're probably going to lose in your negotiating skill and your market analysis, right? Even on $1 million house, 2.5% is 25 grand. You're telling me that an experienced realtor, somebody who knows the market, somebody who does this every day, couldn't get you more than 25 grand off the price of a house than what you're paying him in commission? To me, it's a no-brainer. You're hiring the experts, you got to pay the experts. Everybody needs to make a living. Everybody needs to make their wages, feed their families. So going private sale, usually in the end, especially through the stats we see, actually ends up losing you a lot more money than you're paying in commission. So don't listen to that guy who says, "Yeah, I've never used a realtor. I've bought and sold all my properties, and yeah, I've been fine." Chances are he's lost quite a bit of money in the exchange. Don't fixate on the sticker price. Yeah, In both buyer and seller markets, in a buyer's market, you're usually going to get way below that sticker price. And in a seller's market, that sticker price is just the entry level offer. And usually in multiple offers, it's going to go well above. Sticker price is sticker price. The only way to really know what a house is worth is to do your market analysis. Like I said, most sellers hear what the price is worth and they add a couple $1,000 to that. So yeah, sticker price is just sticker price. Don't let that be your guiding star in terms of when you're putting in an offer. So yeah, don't buy the first house, or at least not immediately. No, like never. A lot of people go to the first house they see and they fall in love. I get it. Buying is a very emotional thing, but you have to weigh your options. See as many places as you possibly can. Compare, contrast. What's this offer? What's this value? How many bedrooms here? Finished basement this. Always compare with as many properties as you can. And if your realtor won't show you more than one, that's a red flag. Get a new realtor. Talk to the neighbors. Yeah, it's always good to talk to the neighbors, see who's around. Remember, you could always move, but if you're moving because you're neighbors, it's good to know that before you moved in. So see if they're outside, you know, small talk, ask them about the area, see what's going on. It's always a net positive. Do as much due diligence as you can when buying. And that's it. That's the news article for today. Let me know what you think of this video. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And